play video games a lot, and have ever since I was a little kid. I started a YouTube channel because of video games. However, as much as I have played and continue to play video games, I wouldn't say that I'm particularly good at them. I constantly struggle with and fail difficulties such as puzzles, platforming, or fighting enemies, especially bosses. Despite that though, I still enjoy playing video games, and here's why. First off, things don't have to be easy for people to enjoy doing them. Lots of different hobbies can be difficult even for people who are experienced at them. Some activities can even be fun because they're difficult. And it's not like video games are always completely easy for experienced gamers either. That's why developers make games challenging. It's because figuring things out is fun. Giving them problems to solve is very engaging, fulfilling, and satisfying. Most significant to me as someone who doesn't always find video games easy is the sense of accomplishment that succeeding at them can bring. No matter our skill levels, I'm sure we've all had that moment when we finally beat a tough boss or get past a difficult platforming level after countless attempts and possibly hours trying. When you repeatedly have those struggles like me, those victories can happen more often, and the feeling never decreases even after I've experienced it so many different times. When I reach the ending of a game and get to watch the credits roll at last, I really feel like I've earned that. The reason I'm not so good at games isn't because I refuse to try to get good at them. Even with practice, I usually end up having at least some trouble. It's also partially due to factors I can't control, such as my autism making it hard for me to be coordinated or have fast enough reaction time. This is not to say that I don't enjoy being autistic, it's just a reality that most things are not made with our special needs in mind. In some ways, that's a serious problem, but with video games, not so much. After all, it's up to each individual player to find their own way to play a game that works best for them specifically, and we autistic people do that just the same as any other gamers. On that note, I want to discuss things like assist modes, difficulty settings, and mods. I'm always very thankful when games come equipped with an assist mode that's easy to toggle on and off, with some notable examples being Celeste and Dead Cells. Difficulty settings acknowledge that all gamers are different, and some will be wanting to focus on the game's story more, while others are looking for more challenging combat. When it comes to external mods that make the game easier to play, I think that's something that should be up to the player's discretion and that the player shouldn't be judged for using. If mods or cheats make the game more enjoyable, or if they help get around not having a very good device to play the game on, I think that's entirely valid. Whenever I get stuck on part of a game and can't figure it out myself after trying my best for a good while, I do what anyone would do, look up a walkthrough. I can't help feeling insecure about it though, that I'm somehow incompetent for doing so. I've really been trying to shake those feelings though, and I encourage anyone else with similar experiences to do the same for a few particular reasons. The first reason is that you shouldn't let anything take away from your enjoyment of a game, and getting stuck can do just that. If you don't get help and instead try to figure it out yourself, you may end up getting frustrated and feeling like you wasted your time. If you look at a guide, however, you'll immediately get past whatever was giving you trouble and proceed onward as normal. Additionally, if going into games without knowing anything makes you uneasy or even anxious, that can detract from your experience too, and it doesn't have to. As someone who experiences anxiety myself, I understand how scary not knowing what you're going into or what the future holds can be, so when it comes to things you do in your leisure time, any alleviation of uncertainty is welcome and absolutely justified. The second reason is that there's nothing wrong with needing help sometimes in general. Humans have always been collaborative, we're meant to assist one another. No one is perfect, so everyone will inevitably need help with things sometimes, and video games are no exception to that rule. It's very rare that anyone is immediately great at anything on their first try at it after all. We're all new to a game at some point, and we need to be respectful towards those who are, including when it's ourselves. others. You should be willing to help others, but also willing to be helped. Walkthroughs are not meant to be a crutch, but rather a useful tool. Even if you could potentially get through a game without a guide, you shouldn't be made to feel like you have to or that using a guide would be inferior. The third reason is that everyone's experience of something is different. Even when all of a game's players are playing the exact same game, each person is going to get something different from it. Some may need more practice to become skilled than others, and that's just natural variation in individuals. Even if multiple players find themselves needing a walkthrough for a single game, they could need it for different reasons depending on how they play and where their skills tend to be. Some might need it for platforming, others combat, others general strategy. Just like everyone will get enjoyment from the game in their own way, everyone who benefits from a walkthrough will do so for their own reasons. It's never useful to compare yourself to others, especially in a negative way, because you're not them and they're not you. These are just some things that I thought were worth saying about video games and being a gamer. Maybe if other people have certain difficulties when it comes to gaming, this video can help them feel less alone and more encouraged. What do you think of everything I've discussed here? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you want more commentary on individual games and gaming in general. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.